Hello everyone, I'm Phoenix Tremaine, and today I'm going to do my review of Call Me Kat. I've seen episodes 1 and 2, and now I'm ready to give a review on it. But first, if you haven't done so, please take a minute to subscribe. If you have subscribed, thank you very much. I do appreciate it. Please hit that like button so that YouTube will send more people to this channel so it can continue to grow. And we're going to get right into Call Me Kat, starring Mayim Bialik, Leslie Jordan, Cheyenne Jackson, Swoosie Kurtz, Kyla Pratt, and Julian Gant. I'm a Big Bang Theory fan. I watched it from the first episode to the last. I grew up on Blossom, and I think Mayim is a brilliant actress. I think she has great comedic timing. She has what should be a good supporting cast, but the show's not good. I really want it to be good, and I'm going to give it a 4-episode test. So usually you kind of know where a show's going to go within 4 episodes if you're going to like it. So that's why I waited till the second episode to give it a second chance, because the first show did not impress me. It did not make me laugh. Her talking to the camera so much was very disconcerting. It takes you out of the actual storyline. I don't like laugh tracks. The show has a laugh track. I feel like, if it's funny, I'm a laugh. I don't need a laugh track. I would rather have a live audience, which I know we can't do right now, if they want to have laughter in the background. But the show should be able to make you laugh without using the old gimmick of a laugh track. What this show does do is there are moments that make me smile, and those moments give me hope that the show can get better. A lot of times the pilot may be the roughest episode of the entire series, but once you get over the pilot of them setting everything up, is usually when, like I said, within that 4 episodes, the cast should be in their stride. They should be in their bag, getting the job done. But the cast doesn't mesh well together. And we've got some heavy hitters. We got Leslie Jordan, who's probably the funniest person in the cast. Cheyenne Jackson does very well as Max, the love interest. Swoosie Kurtz is when we start to go downhill, because she got her little tune-up. I know when actresses get older, they need to pull it tight, or at least they feel like they need to pull it tight and get a little tune-up. And so it's really hard to kind of it's distracting. I've seen actresses in the past, especially since my other channel reviews soap operas, and I've seen soap opera actresses come back and they've got their tune-up and they're pulled super tight, and then over time it settles and then they look normal again. But she came back on the scene way too soon, because her tune-up is very distracting, and maybe that's why she don't get much to do on the show. I found out that this show is a remake of the BBC show Miranda. I saw in the comment section of other sites where I was trying to get other people's opinion, am I the only one not feeling this? Did it just go over my head? And people kept saying they took jokes directly from Miranda, and that it was a lot more like Miranda than they expected it to be. So I said, what's this Miranda show? And I looked it up, and you can watch it for free on IMDb, the IMDb channel. You can watch it for free. So I looked at the first season, and I really enjoyed it. I did see that they used some of the jokes from the original series in that first pilot. And they did talk to the camera in Miranda, but they didn't do it as much as they do it on Call Me Kat. Call Me Kat is they want to explain too much. She really needs to just say what she needs to say and then get back to the plot, or just drop the talk to the camera. The whole thing, we get that in Saved by the Bell. We got that in Ferris Bueller. So I understand that the gimmick can work, but they don't have whole monologues to the audience. You know, they say something real quick and then get back to the show. This show gets a little distracting because they don't get back to the show in time. Now going back down the cast, Kyla Pratt. We loved her from her having her own show as Randy, but she has absolutely positively no chemistry with Mayim. And I'm not saying it's the actress' fault. I'm saying it's the writing. They really write her more like an employee, whereas on Miranda, the character who she's playing was actually more of a best friend to Miranda, whereas with Kat, I just kind of feel like she's just an employee that's there and maybe get a little advice here and there. And the other character was more integrated into the plots, because that's the other problem with the cast. They aren't really integrated into the plot. It's like the show is Kat's show, and it focuses on her, but they don't allow the supporting cast to really give her the support that the show needs, writing wise. And we finally have Julian Gant, who might as well be an extra, And that character was also somebody who was in Miranda. They changed all the names, but his character was in the Miranda show too. So he was a white guy. All of them were white. So, they did good for them. They added some diversity. Knock on wood. That's progress. But with diversity, you also need to write those characters correctly and make sure that they're a good part of the show, whereas they can support the show, or if they're not starring in the show, they should be able to support the show and be treated just as well as characters of, other ethnicities, if they were in those same roles. Just imagine Friends if they had just made Friends and then they just focused on Jennifer Aniston character, and then you saw the other Friends every once in a while. You know what I'm saying? Or Living Single, where they only focused on Khadijah or Regine, and then the other people were kind of there. Supporting casts are important. Big Bang Theory, clearly it was Sheldon's show. But all of the other cast members brought something to the table and made the show great. And they're not letting this supporting cast be great. But I blame the writing. I don't blame the actors. So those are my thoughts about Call Me Kat. I'm going to give it a 4-episode test. And at the end of 4 episodes, I will decide on whether I'll continue to watch Kat or if I'm just going to let it go and, wish Bialik luck. But in the second episode I watched, I will say something good before I leave. The singing, I usually hate singing in shows. That's why I don't watch shows like Glee. But they did so well with the piano scenes between her and Cheyenne Jackson. That lets me know this could be a great romantic comedy if they would just focus on them. They threw a huge roadblock in their way in this episode, but clearly they're writing his character the same way they did Tom Ellis' character in Miranda, whereas he clearly was into her, but her awkwardness kind of kept putting obstacles in the way of them getting together. But that's not the case. Even the mother character played by Swoosie Kurtz was much more integrated into all those characters, was much more integrated into the show, allowing Miranda to have a great supporting cast that made things, smooth things along, whereas this cast isn't just allowed. That's so annoying to me, that they have all these really good actors, but they're not giving them the writing to support them and make them great supporting cast. But that's it. Thank you for watching. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Call Me Kat, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.